We're here at Recreational Hall on the campus of Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania for the 2019 Penn State University Athletic Conference Volleyball Championships. I'm Zach Ziegler taking you through all the action over these next 2 days. It was some exciting game in Game 1 of semifinal day. Penn State Beaver moves on to the 2019 PSUAC Championship game. They defeated Penn State Schuylkill 3-0, and now it's Game 2 of semifinal day. It's the number 1 seed from the PSUAC West Division, Penn State Fayette, takes on the number 2 seed from the Penn State University Athletic Conference East Division in Penn State Brandywine. These two teams battling it out. Over the last 11 years, it's been one of these two teams taking home the PSUAC championship title. We'll start with Penn State Fayette. They've really been dominating the conference over that time span. They won it in 2018 and 2016 recently. They've won 2 out of the last 3, 3 out of the last 5, and they've only lost 2 PSUAC championship games dating back to the 2008 season. So this Penn State Fayette team has really shown dominance over the conference, led by head coach Samantha Sweats. Samantha Sweats was named the 2019 PSUAC Volleyball Coach of the Year. Congratulations to her on that mark. But it's been another great year for Fayette here in 2019. They're 24-3 entering play today and 11-1 against the PSUAC. Their lone loss coming against Penn State Greater Allegheny on October 19th, and that was a big game for Fayette. It was the first time in the 4-year of this senior class that they lost at home as their only conference loss all season. They obviously bounced back from that one and finished the year strong. They fell in a non-conference game to Kent State Tuscarawas during the end of the year, but ended the regular season with a 3-0 win over Penn State Beaver to advance into the playoffs. And then they took on Penn State Monalto in the quarterfinal round. Another 3-0 win for them there. They won the first set 25-13, the second set 25-20, and then Monalto battled, making it close in the third set. Fayette had to fight for the win as they went to a win-by-2 scenario, but Fayette would end it out, taking the final 2 points, 26-24, the final score in that third set, and Fayette would pick up the 3-0 win. It was their 16th sweep of 2019. Of their 24 wins, 16 have been 3-0. So Fayette, the key for them really is going to be to get out on top of Brandywine early in this contest and continue their dominance that they've shown over the last couple of years. On the other side, the only 2 times that Fayette wasn't a PSUAC champion, it was PSU Brandywine. Brandywine won the champion in 2017 as well as in 2015. So this is a team that knows how to win championships. It's been a little bit up and down for Brandywine this season in terms of out-of-conference play. They dropped their first 5 games of the season in non-conference action, but then have rallied back. They won their next 5 of their first 6 conference games, losing to Penn State Schuylkill early on in the season, but since then they have come back strong, ending the year winning 8 of their last 10 games, including their first-round playoff win over Penn State Lehigh Valley on October 24th. Penn State Brandywine in that one winning 3-0. Early on, it was a battle between these two teams. Brandywine won the first set 25-22, and the second set went win by 2. The teams traded a couple points before Brandywine came on top 29-27. And after that, Brandywine took control at the end, winning the third set 25-18. In that game for Brandywine, their top 2 attackers, Hannah Serafinas and Amanda Floyd, each came away with 8 kills in the game, and that's going to be a key. Those 2 are going to have to be on all night and get Fayette behind, make Fayette play from behind, a situation they haven't seen a lot this season if Brandywine wants to come out successful. So we'll see if Fayette can get a chance to defend their PSUAC title from 2018, or will it be Brandywine dethroning Penn State Fayette and getting that championship game? Lineups are being announced right now. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the action for you. From Rec Hall, I'm Zach Ziegler on PSUAC's semifinal day for volleyball. We'll be right back. starters have been announced, the teams are ready, and we are just about ready to go here in the second game of PSUAC semifinal day. The number 1 seed from the PSUAC West Division, Penn State Fayette, taking on the number 2 seed from the PSUAC East Division in Penn State Brandywine. Zach Ziegler taking you through all the action. Penn State Beaver advanced earlier today with a 3-0 win over Penn State Schuylkill to get to the championship game. And for Beaver, they were on fire today. They won the first set 25-12, and their defense just got better. They came back winning 25-11 and finished off the sweep with a 25-9 win to advance to the PSUAC championship games. Well, they'll take on the winner between Brandywine and Penn State Fayette. We'll go over the starters for you today. First for Penn State Brandywine, it'll be senior Raquel Taylor, senior Hannah Serafinas, freshman Amanda Floyd, freshman Kira Thorne, freshman Rebecca Gonzalez, and senior Brandy James. The libero will be freshman Gianna Anthony. And for Penn State Fayette, it'll be sophomore Jaden Barnish, freshman Pasepa Buawa, freshman Jayla Johnson, senior Keontae Martin, junior Morgan Pitlack, and senior Sateri Talley, with Michaela Hall serving as the libero. Michaela Hall checks in for Fayette. We are just about ready to go here in Game 2 of semifinal day. Penn State Fayette trying to defend their 2018 PSUAC Volleyball Championship. Penn State Brandywine trying to knock Fayette off and go on to face Beaver in the 2019 game. It'll be Jaden Barnish starting things off for Fayette with the serve. And here's the whistle, and we are underway. Barnish puts the ball up, and it's over, and we're ready to begin. It's dug out by Anthony, set for Brandywine, and it goes over the net. Michaela Hall gives chase, and this one is going to land out. Point Fayette, and they'll go ahead 1-0. Nice try there by Kira Thorne for Brandywine, but just missing that line and going outside. So Barnish will serve once again. Ball is up and over, and that one will go over. It is dug out by Kocher. And went out of bounds, but nice job by Thorne to get over there, hit over the net. Buawa digs out, it goes over, and Thorne on the attack attempt gets it down as it's unable to be handled. Pasepa Buawa tried to handle that attack, but could not, and it's 1-1 1-1 here in set 1 between Penn State Fayette and Penn State Brandywine. It'll be Amanda Floyd serving for Brandywine, puts it up and over. So Terry Talley digs it out. Jaden Barnish the set, and the attack attempt coming for Keontae Martin. It's dug out. This one set up by Anthony and hit over. Dug out by Talley. Barnish sets, and the attack attempt from Martin and goes over. A diving attempt by Anthony, but she's unable to get it, and Fayette goes ahead 2-1. Gianna Anthony, a nice diving attempt there. Dove towards that far post on the net, but just unable to get there. Pasepa Buawa will serve. Anthony takes the reception. It is set, and it'll be sent over the net by Amanda Floyd. Handled by Buawa for Fayette. So Terry Talley going up for the attack, and she slams it down, but it's an error as it hits off the top of the net. They're going to call an attack error for Talley, so we're tied at 2. So Terry Talley, one of the ones you have to worry about in this Penn State Fayette offense. 279 kills, 4th in the PSUAC for her. Serving for Brandywine will be Hannah Serafinas. This one goes over. Hall digs it out. Barnish set. Another swing by Talley, and this one also out as Talley misses the mark on her first 2 attack attempts, and it's 3-2 Penn State Brandywine. Brandywine gets the lead. Fayette scored the first point of the set. Brandywine coming back. They lead early. It'll be Serafinas serving once again. Serafinas from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Michaela Hall will handle the serve. Talley sets, and Pitlack hits it over. Be handled there by Serafinas. Set, and the attack attempt from Taylor, Raquel Taylor, and that one will fall down for Brandywine, and they're ahead 4-2 here in set 1. We talked about it in the pregame. The key for Brandywine was going to be to get ahead of Fayette early, force them to have to play from behind, and put yourself in a better situation. Serafinas set, here's the hit. And it'll be handled by Buawa. Barnish sets, the attack by Pitlack, and it's off a couple of Brandywine players, but a nice job by Floyd and Taylor to keep it in. They'll hit it over. Michaela Hall fields on the far side of the court. Barnish sets it up. It goes over. An attack attempt handled by Hall. So Terry Talley now for Fayette puts it up. A nice save there by Floyd. An attack from Brandy James, and that one will go out. Past the back line, Fayette scores, and it's now 4-3 Penn State Brandywine here in set 1. Have a substitution here for Fayette. Jayla Johnson checking back in as Michaela Hall serves it over. Anthony fields. It is set by Gonzalez, and the attack attempt for Thorne, and it falls down. Kira Thorne, her first kill of the day, and it's 5-3 Brandywine in set 1. A couple of substitutions for Brandywine. Checking in is Hope Kocher and Madison Swenson for Brandywine. 5-3, Penn State Brandywine leads. Fayette got the first 2 points of the set. Brandywine has come back and now leads 5-3. Here's the serve from Swenson. It's over. Handled by Buawa. Barnes sets an attack attempt for Johnson, and that one will fall in. A kill for Jayla Johnson, and it's now 5-4. This will send 2 more in for Fayette. It'll be Justine Howell and Kayla Zalanka checking into the game. And Howell will serve. Howell, a freshman from Hunker, Pennsylvania. Sends it over, handled by Anthony. The set from Swenson, an attack attempt by Kocher, but Talley gets up and keeps it in play. It goes back over to the Fayette side, and Johnson gets it and smacks it down. Kill for Jayla Johnson. 5-5 our score now here in set 1. It was Amanda Floyd for Brandywine who got a hand on it, but just went backwards on her. Here's the serve from Howell for Fayette. Anthony digs out. It's set by Swenson, but nobody home on the attack as Taylor took a swing at it, but it comes up empty, and Fayette back out in front 6-5. Here's the serve from Howell. It's over. Diving attempt by James. She gets it. It's set and sent over the net by Anthony. Michaela Hall watching, but it'll go out on the far side, and it's now 7-5 Fayette. The Brandywine had the lead. Fayette comes back. They've scored 3 straight. Here's Howell's serve, and dug out there by Floyd. It'll be set by Kocher and sent over the net by Anthony. Hall digs. Set by Howell, attacked by Talley, and she slaps it down right over the head of Madison Swenson, and it's now 8-5 Fayette. So Terry Talley mentioned her prowess on offense. 4th in the PSUAC in kills. Another first-team all-conference selection for her. As Howell sends it over the net, and it's sent back over by Brandy James. Howell sets, attack attempt there by Kayla Zalanka, and that one will fall in. 9-5 Fayette leads. Zalanka getting in on the offensive attack. Howell set, it's up, and it's over. James will dig it out, goes back onto the Fayette side. Buawa tips it, and it looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there as that one falls. And Brandywine on the board, it's now 9-6. Brandy James going back to serve. James, a senior from Glenolden, PA, went to Interboro High School. James sends it up and over, and it'll be Michaela Hall who digs it out. Howell sets it, and the hit over by a couple of players, Zalanka and Johnson getting it for Fayette. Meanwhile, another attack attempt from Brandywine. Kocher hits it over, and it's set for Zalanka. Dug out by Swenson for Brandywine. Hitting it over now is Kocher. Another dig for Fayette as Howell sends it back over the net. Brandywine holding. Anthony sets. An attack attempt by Kocher, and Michaela Hall tried to handle it, but just unable to field. And that'll bring our score to 9-7. Penn State Fayette leads. So Brandywine getting back into it. Brandy James, her second serve. Ball is up and over. It'll be handled by Hall. Justine Howell with the digs. Terry Talley goes up a tip this time. And they're going to say Talley hit the net. So it's an attack error. Now 9-8. Brandywine getting back in it. It's a 1-point set. 9-8. Penn State Fayette leads. Brandywine serving. It'll be Brandy James. She puts it up. And it goes over. Handled by Pasepa Buawa. Howell sets. Terry Talley again with a big swing this time. A nice job by Brandywine to keep it in Fayette territory. And Fayette forced to go with a free ball. Gianna Anthony fields. The attack by Kocher. And going up is Jayla Johnson. She makes the block. And it's 10-8 Fayette. We'll have another substitution as coming in for Fayette will be Carissa Seifert. Seifert will serve. Seifert is in her sophomore year out of Southmoreland High School. Here's Seifert's serve. It's over the net, handled by James. It'll be set by Swenson, and this time hit over the net by Anthony. Pasepa Buawa fields. Howell set, tacked by Johnson, and that one will be an error. They say she runs into the net, and it's 10-9 Penn State Fayette. So Terry Talley checking back in for Fayette. So the libero, Gianna Anthony, will serve for Brandywine from Newton Square, Pennsylvania. Anthony puts it up and just over the net. Nice job by Hall staying with it. It'll be attack attempt for Jayla Johnson, and she's able to put it through. And it's now 11-9 Penn State Fayette over Brandywine. Checking in the game for Brandywine, Rebecca Gonzalez coming back in as Kocher goes off. Jayla Johnson on the serve. It's over. Anthony will handle it. Set by Swenson, and the attack attempt coming from Sarah Phoenix. And this one goes out on the far side as Jayla Johnson thought about it for a second, but leaves it alone, and Fayette extends their lead to 12-9. Johnson will serve. It's up and over. And a dig there by Gonzalez, but she can't get it high enough as her front row tries to dive for it, and that's a service ace for Johnson, and a timeout will be called by Brandywine. 13-9 our score here in set one, and it's been back and forth. Both teams have shown an ability on offense. It was Fayette that got out to the early lead, and Penn State Brandywine battled right back into it to make it close, and it's been close ever since. 13-9 our score, and we talked about it. If Brandywine can get an advantage on Fayette and keep them behind, it'll force Fayette to have to battle something they haven't had to do all season long. They've had a lot of sweeps, as we talked about, 16 sweeps on the season, so they're not used to having to play with adversity. So we'll see if Brandywine can keep it close here throughout the night. A timeout called by Brandywine. 13-9 our score here in set one. Zach Ziegler bringing you the PSUAC Volleyball Championships. It's the semifinal round. The winner will go on to take Penn State Beaver in tomorrow's championship game. 6 p.m. the first tip. We'll have you covered right here on the coverage of the PSUAC Championships. Jayla Johnson serving. It's up and it's over. Nice dive by Anthony to keep it alive. And then Pasepa Buawa takes advantage. That ball was just over the net. Buawa slams it down, and Fayette goes ahead 14-9. Jayla Johnson will serve again. Johnson set the ball up, and it's over. It'll be dug out by Gonzalez, set by Swenson, and the attack by Serafinas, blocked by two Fayette players, Pasepa Buawa and Kayla Zalanka getting up on that block, and it's now 15-9 Fayette. Johnson will serve once again, 15-9. Fayette leads here in set one. It's up, and it is over. Gianna Anthony fields it, and it goes right behind her bench on the near side of the court, and Fayette now taking full control at 16-9. Since that timeout, Fayette has scored 3 straight points. Jayla Johnson getting him out to this lead. Johnson set, the ball is up and over, and Anthony tries to dive at it and just comes up empty. Dives to her right and just couldn't find the ball. It's now 17-9 Fayette here in set one, and Fayette, this is what they do to teams. They go on runs and they take control, and that's exactly what they're doing in set one. Johnson sets it up, and it is over. A set there by Floyd, hit by Swenson, and an attack attempt from Gonzalez. Fayette keeps it alive. Howell puts it up for Zalanka, dug out by Gonzalez. This time hitting it over is Floyd, and a try by Howell, but she's unable to handle it, and that'll go to Brandywine, 17-10. That breaks a short 4-0 run for Fayette since the timeout. They lead 17-10 here in set one. Both these teams trying to gain the early advantage. It'll be Rebecca Gonzalez on the serve. It's over. So Terry Talley digs it out. Howell set. The attack by Pitlack as she swings. Dug out by Gonzalez. James keeps it up, and it'll be a free ball over the net. Hall digs. Set by Howell. Attack by Buawa, and that one falls down. Big swing there by Pasepa Buawa, and it's now 18-10. Fayette leads over Brandywine. It'll be Fayette ball as checking back into the game is Keontae Martin. Martin and Jaden Barnish both check into the game. Barnish will serve. The ball is up, and it is over. Handled by Gianna Anthony. Set there by Gonzalez, and trying to get over the net is Floyd, but she is unsuccessful. So it'll be 19-10 now. Fayette leads. Fayette trying to be the first to 20 here in this one. Pasepa Buawa, we talked about her earlier, one of the other hard attackers for Fayette. 186 kills for her this year, second on the team. This one served over by Barnish. Brandy James will handle, and Serafinas can't get it high enough for her teammates to continue the rally. And it'll now go to 20-10, and Brandywine will call another timeout. Now but down by 10 here in set one. Penn State Fayette, it was close early on, we talked about 13-9 at the last break, but Fayette has done what they've done all season long. They take control, a 7-1 run since that timeout. It's now 20-10, and if you're Brandywine, you got to try and fight back right now, meaning with their first-year head coach Fabiana Scavioio Fields, as they talk things over right now on their side of the bench. They got to find a way to try to get back into this game. We mentioned you got to keep it close against Penn State Fayette, or they're going to bury you, and that's just what they have started to do here. Brandywine will try to stop it. I mentioned championship game will be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Penn State Beaver is already there. We'll see who gets to face them by the end of tonight. 20-10, Penn State Fayette leads over Brandywine here at Rec Hall and the campus of Penn State University. the site of their home games for volleyball, wrestling, and gymnastics, all played here in this facility. Jaden Barnish will serve once again for Fayette. The ball is up, and it is over. And it'll be dug out by Anthony. She cut in front of James, and it ends up going back behind to the practice courts, and Fayette back on the board, 21-10. Gianna Anthony kind of jumped right in front of James there and sent that one backwards. Barnish set. Here's the hit over. James will field this time. It's set up by Gonzalez, and the attack attempt there from Floyd, and it's out. Just past that back line on the near side, and it's now 22-10. 22-10 our score. It'll be Jaden Barnish once again. The ball is up, and it is unable to get the block, and it now goes to 22-11. So Amanda Floyd will serve for Brandywine. Ball is up, and it is over. Gianna Anthony sets it. Barnish gets it up, and it'll be Buawa hitting it over. Trying to handle it is Gonzalez for Brandywine, but it goes off of her hands back to the practice courts, and it is now 23-11. Fayette 2 points away from taking a 1-0 lead here early on. Buawa puts it up and over. Anthony slides to dig it out, set by James, and it'll be hit over the net by Gonzalez. Barnish sets for Pitlack. Pitlack kind of jumps into Sateri Talley. Neither one really knew who was going for it, and it'll be now 23-12, the lead for Fayette here in set one. It's the semifinal round of the PSUAC Championships, 23-12. Fayette leads over Brandywine. It'll be Serafina serving. It's up and over. Now Brandy James smacks it over. Pitlack able to keep it up. Barnish sends it over the net. Kira Thorne for Brandywine has it. The set, and Brandy James for Brandywine attacks, but dug out by Buawa. Barnish sets. Pitlack going for the attack, and Brandywine keeps it in Fayette's territory. Barnish set, and it hits off the top of the net, and that will go down as a point for Brandywine. It's now 23-13. So Brandywine has stayed alive. Fayette has threatened to take this set a couple of times. But Brandywine, Fayette, a 6-0 run right now to take control in this one, and that's what they do. We said they did it in set one, doing it again here in set two. Howell will send it over. Anthony digs it out, set by Swenson, and the attack from Gonzalez is blocked by Jayla Johnson. It's now 22-15 Fayette. 22-15 our score, set two. Justine Howell will serve for Fayette. It's up and it's over. James digs it out. Going for it is Gonzalez, and she's not going to get to it as it falls just inside that near line. Service ace there for Howell, and it's 23-15. 23-15 our score. Fayette 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. Howell said it's over, and that one lands outside the back line. It'll be 23-16. That breaks the run for Fayette. It was 8-0 before Brandywine gets back on the board. Kira Thornton will check back in for Brandywine, and serving will be Hope Kosher. Or excuse me, Rebecca Gonzalez will be serving. Gonzalez hits it over, dug out by Hall, set by Howe, attacked by Talley, and that one is out just outside that near line, and it's 23-17. Fayette over Brandywine. Talk about it, Brandywine fell behind in that first set, but was able to battle back and make it close before Fayette finished off. See if they can do it here. Gonzalez sends it up and over, dug out by Hall, the set by Howe, and attacked by Talley. Anthony dives to keep it alive, but Thornton unable to keep it in the air. The point will go to Fayette, and it's set point 24-17 here in set two. Coming in to serve will be Carissa Seifert. Seifert puts it up and over. Anthony digs it out, set by Gonzalez, goes over the net. Zalanka hits it back over for Brandy James from Brandywine. This time Serafinas with the swing. Howell digs it out for Fayette. Johnson going for the attack. It's handled by Gonzalez and then goes backwards. And that will end set two. 25-17, Penn State Fayette wins. They now have a 2-0 lead here in the second match of semifinal day. And we are ready to head to set three. It's 2-0 Fayette. Brandywine looking to stay alive. Fayette looking to complete their 17th sweep of the season. We'll be back from Rec Hall in just a moment. I'm Zach Ziegler. We're back from Rec Hall here on the campus of Penn State University, the site of the 2019 PSUAC Volleyball Championships. It's a semifinal round matchup between Penn State Fayette and Penn State Brandywine. Fayette currently leads this one 2-0. They got a 25-15 win in set 1 and a 25-17 win in set 2. So sorry about that. We experienced some technical difficulties there during the first 2 sets, working on getting that resolved, and we hope we are back up and live in your home. We thank you for watching the PSUAC Championships. In the first set, it was close early on, but Penn State Fayette went on a big run to make it 21-10 and took control from there. Brandywine fought to come back, making it as close as 23-17, but Fayette ending it with the 25-15 win. And then in set 2, again, it was back and forth. This time further in the set, we were tied at 15 in the middle part, but then Fayette went on a 8-0 run to make it 23-15. Again, Brandywine getting a couple more points before Fayette ends the set. 25-17 was the final score. So we head to set 3. Fayette looking for the sweep. It would be their 17th sweep of the year if they can pick it up. Brandywine trying to stop that from happening and stay alive here in this PSUAC semifinal matchup. And the winner of this game will take on Penn State Brandywine tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the PSUAC Volleyball Championship game. It'll be right here with coverage for you. Tomorrow evening, myself, Zach Ziegler, will be with you as we will crown 2019 PSUAC Volleyball Championship. Will Fayette contend for their second straight title, or will Penn State Brandywine find a way to come back and contend for their first title since the 2017 season? Penn State Fayette will start with the serve here in set number 3, and it'll be Jaden Barnish, the sophomore from Carmichaels, Pennsylvania, on the serve. She's bouncing it a couple of times, waiting for the whistle as we get the okay to start. All right, now we're getting some discussion with the scorer's table. Let's try to get everything in order. Jaden Barnish, the sophomore for Penn State Fayette, as she is ready to go. It is up, and it is over. Gianna Anthony diving to dig it out. She gets it, set by Gonzalez, and Thornton will send it over the net. So Terry Talley digs it out, set by Bardas, attacked by Buawa, big swing, and that one will fall through. Point Fayette, they go ahead 1-0 here in set 3. Fayette scored the first point of the first set tonight, and do it again here in set number 3. As Barnish will serve once again for Buawa, her 4th kill of the day. Barnish set, hits it over. It'll be hit in the air by Floyd. Tried to save it, did Gonzalez, but she mishandles it out of bounds, and it's now 2-0 Fayette. 2-0 Fayette leads. Barnish, her 3rd straight serve to start here in set 3. Ball is up, and it is over. And this one right into the net. 2-1. Barnish hitting that one in the net, messing up her 3rd set. Now we'll give Brandywine their first serve as set 3, as Raquel Taylor checks into the game, and it'll be Hannah Serafinas in the server's box. Serafinas ready to go. It's up, and it's over. And no, that one will hit the net as well. So back-to-back service errors, and it's Fayette 3 and Brandywine 1. So Barnish and Serafinas having trouble serving the ball here as they both send it into the net, and it'll be Pasepa Buawa with the serve. Buawa sends it over, handled by Thorn, and then the attack by Raquel Taylor ends up going out past the back line. It's now 4-1 Fayette. 4-1 Fayette leads. Pasepa Buawa will serve again. Buawa sends it up and over the net, dug out by Thorn. The set by Gonzalez, and the attack by Taylor, and that one will fall outside the far right line. And it's now 5-1 Penn State Fayette, and this is exactly what you didn't want to happen if you're Penn State Brandywine, letting Fayette get this big early advantage. Buawa serves. It's over. Dug out by Floyd. The set by Gonzalez, and James keeps it alive as Brandywine sends it over the net. Hall will dig, set by Barnish. And the attack by Talley is swung on. Nice job by Thorn to keep it alive. Taylor with another attack. That one stays in the air by Buawa. Keontae Martin for Fayette sends it over. Floyd gets the dig. Set for James for Brandywine. James gets it down. Hall digs. Barnish saves, and Pitlack tries to swing it over, and it will stay in the air for Brandywine. Anthony hitting it up and now over. Michaela Hall digs for Fayette. Set by Barnish. Attack by Talley. A dive by Floyd, and she's not going to get it. It falls. It's now 6-1 Fayette. Fayette, their biggest lead early in a set so far today. The early parts of both of the first 2 sets had been close. This one's 6-1 Fayette. Anthony comes on to dig out the serve by Buawa. Goes over the net. Talley swings and slams it down, and it's now 7-1. So Terry Talley, 9 kills for her today. She has been, as we said, the powerhouse for Fayette. Checking in for Brandywine, Hope Kosher and Madison Swenson coming to the game. Excuse me, that point went to Brandywine. Attack error for Tally, so 6-2 our score. Sorry about that. Swenson will serve. Dug out by Hall, set by Barnish, and the attack by Martin goes over. Anthony a dive, and she's unable to get it. So now it's 7-2. Fayette leads. They get their 7th point of the day, and they've scored 7 of the first 9 as Michaela Hall comes to the server's box. Hall, the junior from Fairchance, Pennsylvania. Gets it up and over, dug out by James, a set by Swenson, and an attack by James. And this one is blocked by Jayla Johnson. Nice job there. Get up and get that block. Point Fayette, and it's now 8-2. Michaela Hall, the libero for Penn State Fayette. She's set, sends it up and over. Anthony digs it out. The set by Swenson and an attack by Hope Kosher. Jaden Barnish comes on. She keeps it alive at the midline. Buawa tries for the set but gets the error. And it's now 8-3. As she mishandles the ball. As she tried to put her hands over her head to make that set. And unable to do it. Brandy James will now serve for Brandywine. 8-3 our score. James sends it up and over. Buawa digs it out, set by Barnish, and the attack by Martin is blocked by Raquel Taylor. She jumps up and gets that one landing in the court. It's now 8-4. Brandywine has come back, making it a 4-point game. They got to try and keep this going. Fayette leads 2-0 in the match. James sends it over, Tally the dig, Barnish the set, and Johnson swings and gets it in front of Swenson. That one falls down, and it's 9-4. 9-4 Fayette leads. They lead 2-0 in the match, looking for their 17th sweep of the season. Justine Howell and Kayla Zalanka check back in for Fayette. And Howell will serve. Howell puts it up and over. Dug out by Floyd. The set by Swenson. And a swing from Kosher gets over. Diving attempt by Hall. She gets it, but it ends up falling right behind her to the right side. Nobody home to get the rebound, and it's 9-5. Michaela Hall, she's one of the best defenders for Penn State Fayette and in the conference, 4th in the PSUAC, 365 digs this season coming in. Anthony sends it over, and it's Hall who handles. Howell set, the attack by Tally, and that one falls just to the left side. A diving try by Anthony. She's unable to get it, and it's 10-5 here in set 3. It'll bring on Carissa Seifert for Fayette as she checks in for Tally going to the server box. Seifert serves for Tally every time it's her turn. Carissa Seifert sends it up and over. Anthony digs it out, set by Swenson. And the attack from Gonzalez falls back behind the back line, and it's now 11-5 Fayette. 11-5 the lead. Fayette trying to go to the championship game tomorrow to defend their 2018 PSUAC Volleyball Championship. Seifert will serve. It's up and just over the net. Brandy James will field, and they say she touched it twice, so an error there by James, and it's now 12-5, Fayette leads. That ball barely making it over the net, just skimming the top before running over. This serve by Seifert ends up going up behind the back line, and now it's 12-6. So a good little run there by Seifert as Tally will check back into the game. Carissa Seifert, more on her. She's from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Scottdale, PA, Southmoreland High School graduate. Becca Gonzalez now serving for Brandywine. Gets it up, but hits it over the back line, and it's now 13-6. Fayette leads. 13-6 the score. Halfway through set 3 here. Jayla Johnson will serve. Johnson started that run in the first set. Johnson has it up, and it goes over. This one is dug out by Thorne. The set by Gonzalez. An attack by Floyd. Nice dive to her right is Johnson, but ends up hitting it off to the right side. Hits off the bleachers on the far side of the court, and it's now 13-7. 13-7 the score here in set 3. Zach Ziegler with you from Rec Hall at Penn State University. Floyd sets it up and over. Dug out by Buawa, set by Howell, and the attack from Zalanka. Nice dive by Anthony, keeps it in the air, and it ends up going behind the Brandywine bench. Thorne hustled over there to try to make a play on it, but she's unable to get it, and it's now 14-7 Fayette. To check in, Keontae Martin and Jaden Barnish. Barnish will go back to the server's box. Barnish had that great run to start the set to get Fayette out to the lead. Barnish set, the ball is up, and it's over. Handled by Anthony, the set from Gonzalez, and Anthony will smack it back over the net. Dug out by Buawa, set by Barnish. Buawa swings, and a dive by Anthony keeps it alive. Thorne sets it up. James tries to hit it over, and it's hits off to the right side of the net, and it's now 15-7. Nice play by Thorne to keep that ball alive, but James just didn't have the angle to get it back onto the Fayette side. Barnish will serve. Ball is up, and it is over. Anthony digs it out. Set by Gonzalez. The attack by Thorne, and it falls in. Point for Brandywine, 15-8. Morgan Pitlack and Keontae Martin both went up to try to block that one, but it falls right to the left side of their attempt. Hannah Serafinas will serve now, Downington, Pennsylvania native from Downington West High School. Serafinas puts it up and over. Dig by Talley, the set from Barnish. Buawa goes for the tip, and it falls just inside the near line. Point Fayette, and it now goes to 16-8. Fayette trying to end this one here in 3. We said 16 sweeps for them this season. This would be their 17th if they can complete it. Buawa puts it up and over. Anthony will dig it out. Set by Gonzalez. The attack by Thorne. And Hall keeps it in the air. Barnish set for Pitlack. And it'll call a set error on Barnish. And it'll go point Brandywine is now 16-9. Couple of subs for Brandywine as Hope Kosher checks in, as well as Madison Swenson. Swenson will go to the server's box. 16-9 the score here in set 3. Fayette trying to complete the sweep. Swenson puts it up, and it is over. Pasepa Buawa digs. Barnish the set, and Martin the attack just off the top of the net. Nice tip there by Martin, and she makes it fall in. It's now 17-9. Jayla Johnson checking back in the game for Fayette. Michaela Hall will take the server's box. Hall set, ball goes up, and it's over. Dug out by Floyd, the set by Swenson, and an attack by James goes right into the net, and it's 18-9, Fayette leads. 18-9 our score. Michaela Hall, the libero for Fayette, played really good defense throughout the year, now serving here. Brandy James digs out, set by Swenson, attack by Taylor. It's off the block of Talley. Buawa keeps it alive. Johnson a swing, and that one goes down. It's 19-9. Johnson hitting right in the middle of that Brandywine defense. She had Floyd on the far left side of the court and Anthony on the far right, hit right in between them. Hall sets this next serve up and over. Anthony gets it. Set by Swenson, and they'll call a set error there on Swenson. And it goes to 21-9. Excuse me, 29, Fayette leads. 5 points away is Fayette from completing the sweep. Hall set, ball's up, and it's over. Dug out by Floyd. James goes back to keep it in the air, and Kosher sends it over the net. A dive by Hall, keeps it alive, goes back to Brandywine's side. Kosher sends it back over the net. Barnish set, Talley attack, and Talley finishes it off with the kill. Right in front of Gianna Anthony, and it now goes to 21-9. Talley 11 kills on the night, leading Fayette. The next closest has 6. That's Pasepa Buawa and Jayla Johnson, each with 6. Hall puts it up and over. Anthony digs it out. Set by Swenson. And Kosher sends it over the net. Barnish keeps it in the air. Hall puts it up. And Talley hits it right into the net. Point goes to Brandywine, and it's 21-10. The Fayette has a big advantage here in set 3, 21-10. Brandywine has shown some fight in these last 2 sets late. They've tried to come back, but have just fallen short. They'll have to do a lot to come back here. James sends it over. Dug out by Buawa, set by Barnish. The attack by Martin, and this one is going to go down as a block error. Nice job by Floyd of getting up there, but it goes off her hands and to the left. Out of bounds, it's now 22-10. Justine Howell and Kayla Zalanka will both check back in on the Fayette side. So Howell will serve. Has it up and over. Anthony digs this one out. Set by Swenson. And they'll call a set error on Swenson. It now goes to 23-10. 2 more points away from Fayette returning to the PSUAC championship game to defend their title. Howell serves. This one goes over. Nice job by Anthony to get over the net. Howell sends it over. And they're going to get Howell. She ran into the net on that set attempt, so it's going to go 23-11 now. Brandywine gets on the board, and checking in is Hannah Serafinas. It'll be Gianna Anthony serving for Brandywine. Anthony puts it up and over. Dig out by Hall. The set by Howell. Talley goes up for the attack. She swings and gets it down. Anthony tried to dive to save that one for Brandywine, but it falls in. 24-11 the score. It's set point Fayette, as Carissa Seifert comes in to serve for Talley. Fayette 1 point away from completing the sweep. Seifert's hit is over. Anthony will dig it out. Swenson tries to get it over the net, and she does. Fayette saves it. The attack by Zalanka goes off the top of the net. Gonzalez with the save. Anthony dives, and she's unable to get it. It falls out of bounds, and Fayette wins the third set 25-11 and completes their 17th sweep of the year. 25-11 the final score in the set, and Fayette gets the 3-0 win. So another sweep for Penn State Fayette. 2 sweeps here on semifinal day. Sets up our championship matchup for tomorrow evening. It'll be Penn State Fayette and Penn State Beaver in a rematch of the 2018 PSUAC Volleyball Championships. Fayette looking to win their second straight. Beaver trying to dethrone the champs from the West Division from last season. This one was a great game, but fought by Brandywine. They were down. They came back in each set. With the first set, they were down 23-11. Fought back to score 15. It just wasn't enough. Second set, they were down 23-15. They fought back to make it 17. Again, just not enough. But in this third set, Fayette took control from start to finish. They got out to a 6-2 lead, pushed it all the way to 21-9, and rode that to the 25-11 victory. So Fayette gets their 17th sweep of the season, and we are set for our championship game tomorrow night. Your leaders, Terry Talley leads the offense, 12 kills for Penn State Fayette. Jayla Johnson with 7. On the dig side, it's Pasepa Buawa with 10 digs leading the way. For Brandywine, your offensive leaders, Kira Thorne had 5 kills. Amanda Floyd and Hope Kosher each had 3. And on the defensive side, it was Amanda Floyd with 8 digs. So that's it for semifinal day. Our championship is set up for tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It'll be Penn State Beaver against Penn State Fayette. From Rec Hall, I'm Zach Ziegler. We thank you for listening to today's semifinal action, and we hope you'll join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. for the championship game. It's been a fun day, and we'll see you tomorrow. From Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania, we hope you enjoyed today's action. I'm Zach Ziegler.